So the Retro 180's been a little bit quiet this weekend. My kids have been with the mum, and so it's just given me a little bit of time to pause and think about something. I'm going to share with you what that is today. Welcome everybody, and for those who are not aware, and a little recap for those who are I suppose, this channel initially was set up with the idea of basically putting together a few consoles. As you can see here, the 4 Sega ones, OG Xbox and PS3. That was the first focus, to give me the ability to teach my kids a little bit about video gaming, the history of video gaming, sharing some nostalgia with them, and that is basically what we've done. As you can see down here, we've got a little collection of loose disc Dreamcast games all together in there in the case. I've got a little library of Master System games on the go with them. If I pan around, we've got our OG Xbox stuff down here. And if I come round again, we've got a little library of Mega Drive stuff and a little library of Saturn stuff. And as they expand, the Mega Drive stuff's going to go along that shelf. Saturn likewise. These couple of spaces down here will no doubt put more OG Xbox in initially. And if I pan back round again, probably should have done it while I was here, just at the bottom, which is a bit of a graveyard, what looks like a graveyard for control pads at the minute, but it's just our kind of home for them. That'll be another bit of space for Master System stuff. And we're not collecting for these systems, so we're gaming on these systems. I'm picking up games, letting the kids experience them, and then when we've done with some of them, they're going. So for instance, we've already 2 or 3 Master System games that we initially had have been and gone. They've played them, we've got out of them what we wanted, we've talked about them, they've experienced it, I've had a bit of nostalgia, and then we've traded them out and replaced them with other ones. And we've done the same with a few, not as many, granted so far, but a few of the Xbox ones have gone, and 1 or 2 of the Mega Drive have gone as well. Now, it is getting harder. Some of these games are picking up. So, Streets of Rage 2, Thunder Force 4, the Mega Games 2 collection with those 3 classics on, Gynoog, etc. There's some quality there that I'm going to find it hard to get rid of. And we are short of space in here, so it will get harder, but those systems are going to be 1 in, 1 out eventually. Once we've got virtually no space left, it will be 1 in, 1 out. But the console exception to that is the PS3. So if I pan up, we've now got, or I've got, a decent library coming together, decent little collection of PS3. And I'm really enjoying collecting for the PS3. And I use that word collecting. So as I said, the PS3 is the one that I'm collecting for. And from the off, I decided I was going to collect for. Some of the games can still go. If I pick them up, really don't like them, I'm not going to keep them because, again, space is limited. But I am actively collecting as well as playing PS3 games. Now, that's got me thinking. This weekend, it's got me thinking. Quickly, if I pan back, see if I can get it in there. This is our area where we're keeping most games. Apart from that Master System collection to the side, like I said, underneath the CRT, this is my area to put video games. So it's gonna fill quite quickly. And already, what was initially gonna be the PS3 space, just this one down here is left now. And granted, I've got these displayed in a way which is taking up some space. I could change that and get more storage space there. But quite quickly, the PS3, the area allotted to it is running out of space. So I've had a little think, and it actually comes back to spotting something. I'm going to zoom up here. It's these things, the Red Spines Essentials. And what I thought I'm going to do, I'm going to start picking up those, and those only, other than any major exceptions. So obviously not all PS3 games are in the Red Essentials collection. So some stuff like, I think for example, I've got Wet down here. I don't think Wet is in the Essentials collection, but the ones that are, and I've already got some that on here which would end up being duplicates. The ones that are in it, I'm going to swap out. So if I've got them, I'll swap them out, unless they are things like this. So the Borderlands 2 with the nice sleeve on it, I'm going to keep them. So ultimately, what I'm going to end up with is here, 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 and here is going to be space for a nice 4-box area, ultimately 2 rows of the Red Spine PS3 Essentials games. And then down here, I'm going to use this one and this one for the overspill of all the PS3 stuff that is not part of that collection. And I'm hoping that's going to work. Now, I've looked at the numbers, there's basically 18 per box here. So I've got potentially, if I do that plan, I've got potentially the space for 72 of those Red Spine PS3 Essentials games. Now, that's obviously not going to be a full subset. So I've no intentions, I'll tell you now folks, I've no intentions of collecting the full Essentials subset. I'm basically doing a subset within the subset. I'm going to pick out the ones that I really want from that list. It's quite a long list, isn't it, of games. I'm going to pick out the ones I want until I've got those 4 sections on my display, excuse me, filled in. So that's the idea. Now let me know in the comments if you think that's a crazy idea or a great idea, or what your thoughts on it are. That's the direction I'm going to go in. Like I said, ultimately that will mean when you're looking on there, eventually that's going to be those 4 boxes there, all Red Spines, and then down here the overspill PS3 stuff. Now I've got a funny feeling that might then lead to using this space a bit better. There might be 4 boxes of overspill that's not the Essentials and 4 boxes that are. So we'll ultimately end up with 8 of those boxes on that display area being PS3. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Now, another reason for doing this is slowing things down, and I'm going to explain that a little bit more face to face. Right, so why am I wanting to slow things down? Well, like I said, I'm running out of space, and I think I'm wanting to put a little bit more challenge into the hunt for me. So when I'm going out to like CEX or the retro video game shops, I'm always sort of finding quite a few things. Well, I'm interested in that, I'll pick that up. And then I'm realizing I'm doing what I kind of promised myself I wouldn't do. And within budget, picking up a lot of titles sort of in one go. And I want a backlog. I want a decent sized collection for the PS3, but I want to do it in a more managed way, if you like, and a bit more of a challenge sort of way, rather than just randomly picking up chunks of games, big bags of games and coming home. And some people might like doing that, but I'm finding it's just becoming like autopilot type thing, rather than really enjoying it and remembering when I've picked these games up, etc., and really getting my teeth into them, rather than a lot of them just being backlog, because I do want to play these games as quick as possible. So I think I've come up with a system that's going to work. Like I said, the Red Spine Essentials is what I'm going to hunt for, unless I go out and I see something that's a particularly nice sort of steelbook or cardboard sleeve, which I'll just feel compelled to pick up. I'm going to look now for those Essentials games, whether it's CX or anywhere else. When it's PS3, I'm going to look for those, and particularly the ones that I'm hunting down. So I'm going to compile a list from the extensive long list of all the Essentials games, and I'm going to work out which ones I'm going to be looking for and then hunt them down specifically. So if I find one on a hunt, great, I'll bring it home. If I don't, I'm going to have a scan of what's on offer for PS3, but not just pick up bog standard titles. And I'm also going to, which I don't normally do for everything else, like I say, it's more about picking up the games and being able to play them usually, but with PS3, I'm now going to look for the Essentials games, and also I want them CIB. So I'm going to slow things down a bit and make it a bit more of a longer term challenge and a longer term bit of fun with the PS3. Otherwise, at the rate things are going, these shelves are going to be full quickly, The backlog, yeah, is going to be there, which I do want. I do want a backlog to play down the line. I've said before in previous videos, I do think a backlog on some system will be essential for all gamers. But yeah, I want to be able to have a different experience whilst I'm collecting PS3. Again, let me know your thoughts on that. Does that make sense? I just want to make it a little bit more special, I suppose, compiling my PS3 catalogue of games, my collection, and not just randomly going out, because of the price of them. It's so easy to pick up quite a lot in a short space of time, and I guess all collectors, I've heard other YouTubers saying this, you sort of go through that initial spell of excitement, you've not got many games, so you basically pick up all sorts and your collection gets massive quite quickly. But I don't really want to do that. I've fallen into that trap a little bit, but I'm putting a handbrake on that now, and I'm going to give it more direction, more purpose. So that subset of a subset with the Red Essentials, which will give a nice display behind me once it's full in those 4 boxes. And then the rest of the PS3 collection will be games I actually really do want that's not part of that Essentials collection. So yeah, that's the plan going forward. Now, I have already started that collecting for that subset without realizing it. So I've got Driver San Francisco. I'll show you some B-roll of that right now. And I've also got Sleeping Dogs, but you'll see with the B-roll for Sleeping Dogs, which is a great game, because I wasn't thinking about this sort of collecting at the time, I just picked it up and I didn't really mind. CX actually did me a dirty. They gave me the Sleeping Dogs, which is not the Essentials disc, so it doesn't actually match in. So eventually I'm going to swap that out. It doesn't have a manual either, as you saw from the B-roll, so that one will eventually be going. Once I've got a copy of that is the Essentials and it's CIB, I'll swap that out. So really, technically, I've only got the one game so far, Driver San Francisco, and I'm going to have a little look at that now. I'm going to show you some gameplay and do a little retrospective on it, which is what I'm going to do in future videos once I pick up these games.
Released in 2011 for the PS3, Driver San Francisco is a bold reinvention of the classic open-world driving series, delivering one of the most original gameplay twists in racing history. Developed by Ubisoft Reflections, the game follows series protagonist John Tanner as he chases crime kingpin Charles Jericho across a fully explorable San Francisco while stuck in a coma. The standout feature is the shift mechanic, which lets players instantly warp into any vehicle on the road. This surreal, high-speed body hopping adds strategic depth and keeps the action unpredictable. Whether you're hijacking a bus to block an escape route or jumping into a police cruiser mid-chase, it's inventive and surprisingly smooth. With slick handling, stylish presentation and a cinematic story, Driver San Francisco stands out in a crowded genre. It may have ditched on-foot gameplay, but in exchange it delivers one of the most refreshing and clever driving experiences of the PS3 era. An underrated gem in my opinion, but what do you think? Let us know in the comments.
Oh man, now that's more my style.
And that's Driver San Francisco, definitely an underrated gem in my opinion. And that is pretty much it today. So if you wouldn't mind letting me know in the comments your thoughts on my plan with the PS3 Essentials. And also, the next time you see us, me and the kids will be heading towards the Doncaster gaming market. So that's coming up soon. That's less than a week away now by the time you guys see this video. So that'll be the next thing. So lock us in. Don't forget to subscribe. Get that notification bell if you want to see us at Doncaster gaming market. We've got a game each in mind that we want to pick up, but we'll also see what we come across there. So who knows what we'll be coming home with. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Thanks a lot to all the people who, by the way, have subscribed. We're getting very close to 200, maybe even past it by the time you see this video, hopefully. So yeah, if you've not subscribed, that would really help us out. But yeah, take care, keep enjoying your gaming. Bye for now.